Hello there. I would like to take a moment to thank you all who have subscribed to this channel, Unboxing the Boxes, my Star Wars collection. Thanks to you, I have hit the 1,500 subscriber mark. And to celebrate this event, I thought I would take a little time and show you my vintage collection, which is hanging on the wall. And actually, it's hanging on a few walls throughout this room. So what I'd like to do is take a little time in honor of 1,500 subscribers and show you my vintage collection so far. We'll start over here where you can see the Mandalorian figures that I have. And the top couple of rows here are the retro figures from the Mandalorian. And please excuse the lighting. The lighting in here is not the greatest for video. You're going to see a little bit of reflection and so forth. But there you can see the retro figures that I have collected from the Mandalorian. And below those, we can see the actual vintage collection figures that I have so far from the first 2 seasons of the Mandalorian. And I guess actually some season 3 in there too. So not doing too bad. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but I think I have most of them. Now, let's move a little further down the wall. And I try to keep them somewhat organized here. So over here, you'll see the few figures from Andor and the Book of Boba Fett. Moving down a little further, we've got the Obi-Wan Kenobi series and Ahsoka. Going a little further down, we can see we've got the Solo figures and a few figures from the prequels, basically the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. If I look down here a little further, you can also see some of the sets that I have bought over the years, including some 3-packs and 4-packs, which leads us to the main part of the collection, which is the original series. Basically up on the top, you'll see From A New Hope. Below that is The Empire Strikes Back. And below that is Return of the Jedi. As we move a little further over this way, we can see, there's a lot of figures in these 3 movies. But then when we get over here, we can see the sequel action figures, and we see The Force Awakens and Rogue One, The Rise of Skywalker. So, quite a few figures on that wall. That's the biggest wall to put the figures on. And when we go around the corner here, we can see the Clone Wars figures, both from the computer animated series and the original Shorts animated series. And we go over a little further, we can see we also have the latest from the Bad Batch, which I wish there was more of them, but for some reason we only got 3 figures so far from the Bad Batch. And when we go below these, we can see some more from the Clone Wars and some of the expanded universe figures and from the video games. So quite a few there. And then we go around the corner again, and we have a few miscellaneous ones here from the expanded universe and the comic books, including Dr. Aphra, and the ones I kind of like, the comic book version of Boba Fett. And if we go over to this little room here, we'll see more of the retro figures. Up on the top, we have From A New Hope. And then below it, we have The Empire Strikes Back. And as you'll notice, I seem to be missing one from The Empire Strikes Back. And below that, we have the retro figures from Ahsoka. So there we have them again. Of course, like I said, the main ones I have enjoyed are the main figures here from the original trilogy. And that seems to be where the most of the figures come from when you look at them. Well, there you have it. That is most of my collection of the vintage collection that I've collected over the years. There's a few of them that are stored away that came as sets and so forth that I don't want to tear apart to hang on the wall. But these pretty much are all the single figures, including those few sets that you saw there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it was a very hastily put together video here, but I thought I got to do something to celebrate 1,500 subscribers. By the way, if you've watched the latest video, number 2011, you'll notice most of those figures that I showed in that video are now hanging on the wall, except for 2. Can you figure out which 2 are still missing? I have to move some figures around in order to get them up there. If you know which 2 they are, leave a comment down below. And until the next time, may the force be with you, and keep collecting!